Well, hello everybody. How are you guys doing today? Angel Tussie coming to you from Denver, Colorado. How's it going? I've been doing some Facebook Lives. I'm super excited about doing more and more of these Facebook Lives these days. Let me see if I can bring on. Let's see if I can find my friend Ray. I'm gonna bring him. Yes, so say yes to Ray. La da da da. Yes. Are you there,
All
Ray?
right.
You are. We're getting good at this. We're getting really
Oh
good at
yeah.
this. Aloha, Christopher. How are you doing? Kelly, welcome, welcome. My rock stars here in the world. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Want to just say good afternoon. Oh, Cheryl is there.
Cheryl,
Rock star people here coming on. Hello, says Kelly. Hello, says Kelly. How you doing,
I'm
Ray?
doing amazing and excited to jump on Facebook Live again with you. We got so many comments and so much feedback to do this more often, and I'm so glad that you accepted. We should probably do this about once or twice a week because it gives people a live opportunity to get answers that you and I only give when we're speaking across the country at live events. This gives them the opportunity to ask us those important business questions. So I really think if you're up to it, we should do this once or twice a week.
Um, Okay, all right, right. It's like, wow, that was you had never even done it before, and you're like, now, okay, I'm in, I'm on. I want to do it. I want to do it a couple times a week. So, all right, audience, tell us, give us some thumbs up, give us some love. You want us to do this more often? Ray is right. We usually get on an airplane and fly across country, and only the people in attendance at the workshops usually get to hear these kinds of responses, this kind of information, get to ask us these questions live. Do you like it? Is that a good idea? Do you have business questions? Do you have questions about marketing, media, branding? Bradley says, let's make it happen. And we're getting some thumbs up and some hearts there as well. All right, Ray, the people have spoken. Cheryl says you are both awesome. So yeah, so there's some good feedback. And I think that there's a great benefit using Facebook Live that we can connect. I mean, you're in Miami, I'm in Denver. We can be anywhere in the country, and anybody in the country can tune in and watch us right from where they are. If you are catching us on the replay, make sure you put the hashtag replay for later on when this gets uploaded and recorded. Kelly says, I agree. Both of you get us pumped up. And Ray, you were right. I got some really cool feedback. People were excited. They were excited about the things that we were talking about this week.
Well, what made me like you I know that you are like the Facebook Live queen, and everybody out there, if you don't know, she is the Facebook Live queen. She's on this like all the time, and I'm always like, man, I would like to do that, or I should do that. But until the other day when we had our Facebook Live together, and I got a lot of private messages, not only through Facebook, but through text message saying, wow, I watched that interview you did with Angel Tussie. It was amazing. Later on that afternoon, I actually did another Facebook Live with Tasha, which you met at the Brandon 2 Days event, who is a two-time Olympian and bronze medalist. And I am now inspired to do more Facebook Lives because of the feedback that I've been giving. And at the end of our Facebook Live, when you opened it up for people to ask questions and we were able to really, really give them some great feedback, I realized we're not just answering that one person's question. Anybody who's on Facebook Live or anybody who's watching this on the replay also gets that information. And up until now, the only way that people have gotten access to us is being our private clients or attending a workshop where we are actually speaking. And this is really something that, even though I knew it was true, I didn't actually experience it because I haven't really been a Facebook Live type of person. And I just want to thank you, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have stepped out of my comfort zone and jumped on here and really been able to impact. So I want to thank you, Angel, for having me on this and putting me out there into the world.
Oh my gosh, Ray. Well, thank you. You're welcome. And when you and I met probably about a year ago, we met. But once you and I started doing things together, even our first couple times, you remember we were on a panel together. I think it was in Dallas or Houston or something. You and I were on a panel together. just kind of interviewing each other and talking to each other, and we realized we had this great synergy, that we both are coming from this similar space of how we want to serve people. So it's just about time that you and I were doing this.
Yes, totally agree. All right, so should we kick it off with a topic and then talk on that a little bit and then open up to questions like last time? How's the format work? You teach me.
Well, okay, so a couple things. I do think that I would love for those of you who are just coming and hanging on with me today and hanging up, or joining with Rey and I today. Rey is an authority branding expert. So when it comes to anything about your personal brand, Rey is the expert. And so, Rey, why don't you just give us maybe just a tip today when it comes to personal branding, or something that you see out there, just something from your expertise that you'd want to share. And then from there, we'll open it up and let people ask us any questions they have about media and marketing and branding.
Perfect. So what I always like to start off with, people who have never heard me speak or don't really understand what personal branding is, I want to just create clarity, because this is something that I don't believe is really out there in the world. Like, you can't really read upon this. You kind of have to experience it, and then the light bulb clicks. And this is what happened to me. I've had my branding and marketing company for over 13 years, but I didn't really become a global branding expert until I started diving into creating my own personal brand. And the way that came above was that I have a video production company. So I had a lot of video testimonials from my clients. And once my team delivered the final product and I started watching the testimonials, I started realizing that the majority of my clients were giving testimonials about working with me, the experience that they had, the integrity that I have, the energy, how I care about their business as if it was my own. And I realized that they weren't really talking about the company or the business. It was more about me and my team, the people. And that's when I started thinking to myself, wait a second. I spent all this money, I spent all this time and energy investing into creating this company brand, this logo, this website, this AMP Productions, name of my company. But in the end of the day, that company doesn't sell anything unless I'm involved. And that's when I said, wait a second, what if I spent that same amount of money, that same time, that same effort, but instead of putting it into my company, I put it into my own personal brand, which is really what makes the sales and what produces the revenue and what makes the difference for our clients. And little by little, I started doing that. And I can tell you right now that over the course of 2.5 years, I've completely changed the way I market. I've completely changed the way that how I promote my services. And I've done everything through the power of personal branding, leveraging my own personal brand. And the reason why this is so valuable and important is because people buy from people they like, know, and trust. They don't just go and buy a product or service. They have to interact with someone for the most part, right? Obviously, you could go on Amazon and just buy something, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you're the face of your business, if you're the one that makes the sales, if you're the one that works with your customer, your client, you are what I refer to as a personality-driven business. And it's your personality that makes the difference in what people buy, and how much they buy, and how often they come back, and most importantly, how often they refer you to other perfect customers. So that's pretty much what we've dove into over the last 2.5 years. And we've created such an amazing system and process. And along the way, I've met amazing people like yourself, like Don Moore, King Raj, and so many others on this speaking tour that we do with Power Team International and Bill Walsh. Now I've realized that for me, it's all about connecting with people that are these amazing resources and being able to bring them together at one event so everyone can benefit from all their different expertises. And that's how you and I partnered together and are now launching the Brand in 2 Days event along with Don Moore and King Raj and several other speakers. So hopefully that gives a little background about what personal branding is and how I got into it. And I can answer any other questions around how to leverage it based on what anybody's questions are.
Well, and you have to also get to know, yes, he's an authority branding expert and he's awesome with the personal branding. The guy is also brilliant when it comes to scaling your business, time management. He is a rock star in follow-up. So he's a brilliant businessman as well. And one of the things about the Brand in 2 Day event, when you created that as an event, instead of working with your clients one-to-one, it was a scalability. I mean, for you, it was scaling your business, and it was a super smart move for you as the business person. But here's why it was such a win-win, Ray, is a lot of times people, they'll buy something, will sign up for a course, will sign up for a program, and then we put it off. Like, it's something more that we have to do. And so we put it off and we put it off. By having the Brandon 2-day event, you show up, it's on your calendar. It's 2 days where it's an event, you're coming to it, you're getting it done, and you walk out with it finished, complete, right? Not, okay, I still have to go and do that. I still have to go and create that. For example, you know, a lot of times, you know, for even getting published, now I've got to go and write the book, and it's something that we put off, or I've got to go and write the media pitches in my media kit. But if we can just get it done right here, right now, we're going to spend these 2 days and we walk out with it done. It's something transforms in the people that are there. They knew it was going to be amazing. They knew it was going to be worthwhile. But when you walk out with it finished and complete, I just think you end up on this Disney high that's like, look what I did, and it's done. So you, again, brilliant business.
Well, what happened and the way that this came about, because I'm the type of person that is constantly trying to take things to the next level. When I create something and it's amazing, the first question I ask is, how can I make it even better? Right? And so what really happened was, I was doing these branding packages, which were done for you, and I was delivering this amazing content. Clients were so excited. They were like ready to go. It was a done for you solution, which is in itself very rare in most programs. But what I was realizing is people weren't executed and putting into place as much as they should be, so that they weren't seeing the full benefits. And my commitment is not to deliver an amazing service. It's to deliver an amazing service and make sure my clients implement it so they see the results and the benefits. Because it doesn't matter how great the service I give you, if you don't implement it and see the results, then it's not a win-win in my eyes. So the Brandon 2 days event was created so that people would be sitting in a room with other like-minded entrepreneurs and business owners just like them, and amazing speakers like yourself and Don and Raj, myself, Bill Walsh, and be able to have access to information, get the work done, and implement it before they leave. So when they go back out into the world, it's done, they're using it, and they know what they're doing. They don't have to go do more work. They just carry it out. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And again, yeah, it's results. That's what we're talking about here today. So Ruth wants to know when it is. The next Brandon 2-day event is in Miami, October 9th, 10th, and 11th. And, but I want to talk today about results, because for all of us, this is that home stretch of the end of the year. We started out the beginning of the year. We all set goals. We had a vision. We, you know, had these things we wanted to achieve. We're down to that home stretch in the final quarter of the year. So if any of you are listening, what does results mean to you? What type of results do you want to see? Are you still expecting to achieve before the calendar year rolls over, before we hit New Year's Eve again? What was on your list? What are some things, and how can media, how can marketing, and how can personal branding help you achieve the results that you are looking for? And I know, Ray, you talk about it all the time. It's results. Otherwise, we're just busy. We've just got more things on our to-do list, where Bill Walsh talks about it being the hamster wheel of just busy Bill. No more busy Bill. We want results Bill.
That's right. And that is the powerhouse that we brought together. And we're going to be delivering it on October 9th and 10th is the Brandon 2 days event. And the 11th is our marketing implementation bootcamp, where we take everything we created in those 2 days in the Brandon 2 days event, and we teach you how to implement it in your marketing sequences and your processes, which is where you come in as a special expert in getting that exposure. Because your amazing looking brand, your great, perfect marketing language doesn't make a difference if you're not getting exposure on it. And that's why we're like the perfect trifecta, because when we create your brand, we create your language, and then we teach you how to get the exposure, you got the whole package deal. Now it's just how much do you want? How fast do you want to run? And that's where we do our private coaching. Some of our clients are doing video production. Some of them are writing the book with you. Some are getting on the air. Depending where you're at in your business, depending what you're looking for, we can deliver all of that to you in the right sequence, which is why this Brand in 2 Days event is so powerful, because at that event, you're going to have private time with Angel. You're going to have private time with myself, private time with Dawn and other speakers and coaches that we have there to help you in any area of your business. Because there's one thing that I've learned, and there isn't one solution for everything. My brand, my amazing branding that everybody raves about, is not the only solution to your problems. This is not going to be the one thing that changes your entire business. It's going to be a catalyst that's going to get you 100% in the right direction, and it's going to see a lot of results. But it's a combination of multiple things, which is what I've realized in almost 15 years in business. And I said, what if I could put one place and bring everybody together? Every resource that you could possibly need at one place at one time, so that you can plug into them right in the moment, or at least you can build a relationship and follow up with them later when you are ready for those services. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. Okay, so you guys have Rey here on the line, willing to ask your questions. David says the date of the seminar, 10 through 12. Yes. October 10. No. Sorry. October 9th and 10th.
No, he's right. No, he's right. No. I'm sorry. Thank you, David. It's 10, 11, and 12. It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yes. We're getting confused with the last event. Yes, it's 10, 11, and 12. 10, 11, 12 in Miami.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So the 10th and 11th is the Brand in 2 Day event. Then on the 12th is the implementation boot camp, where we put it all into action. Yep. Okay, so 10, 11, 12. So sorry that I had the dates wrong. So David says, I will be there. I will be there. Yes, now that we have the right dates. Yes.
Yes, David is actually one of our coaches as well. He's an inspirational life changer. He's a 2-time cancer survivor. He's got an amazing story, and he works with a lot of people, really helping them take their lives to the next level. So he's one of our coaches, and he'll be there as well. Thank you, David.
Excellent. Okay, so do you guys have any questions at all, or comments about the results you're looking for the end of the year? Questions you have about branding, about marketing, about media, getting published, creating more leads, putting your business. I mean, we're down to the end of the year. And so everything we've been doing, the momentum we've been creating in 90 days, there's so much that can happen, that can transform in just this 90-day window.
And the key word is momentum. For any entrepreneur and business owner, you have to understand, building up to get to a certain point requires creating momentum, because once you're in momentum, things start being pulled and attracted to you faster than you've ever seen. If you've watched The Secret, if you know about the law of attraction, it actually was one of our action steps in our mastermind group that I'm running with King Raj. And everyone who watched it just came out so inspired. And I watched it again for the 7th time, because this came out in 2006. I've watched it 6 times already, so it's the 7th. They talk about how you pull things from the universe towards you. Momentum is the one thing you need to get going. And to do that, you need to be around like-minded people. You need to be asking questions for the direction you want to go. And that's what we're making this call for. So if anybody has a question about their business, their marketing, their exposure, their branding, anything, this is your time. I got 8 minutes left before I got to jump on a call. So go ahead and shoot some questions, and let's see if we can give you some great feedback. I see Bradley. What does Bradley say?
Says, I want to make a push speaking about grief during the holidays. So he's a grief expert. Specifically in the schools, helping them when there's a tragedy. Hold on, I'm trying to push the see more, but only an emoji keeps coming up when I push see more. Yeah. So, but he is looking for more media exposure. And you are right about this momentum piece, Rey, because I think that we tend to start things, and when we don't see instant results, the instant big results, we tend to pull back and think, okay, that didn't work, so I'm going to try something different. Rather than allowing the momentum and staying the course and being consistent, especially when it comes to creating media exposure. You need to build those relationships with the hosts of the programs, with the journalists. They need to have heard from you they get so many media pitches, so many people pulling at them, that unless you are already a brand in the space that they're familiar with, a name and a brand, and already come with a platform, they're not necessarily looking to take a risk and a chance on a newbie,
Yeah.
unless your story is that profound. So by creating some local media, starting with some podcasts, and allowing those media logos, we say logos attract logos. And so every podcast that you're on, every interview that you do, every magazine feature, local television show, it builds up the credibility. It builds up the momentum that says this is a person that is speaking on a regular basis, is being featured in the media. And then the regional media starts to take notice and take place because they see you everywhere. But it takes some time to create that momentum. And 90 days, if you're doing a full 90-day media launch where you're speaking somewhere every single week, that's the momentum you need.
I think that's perfect. And Bradley, I wanted to kind of answer your question in a different way, because you said that you want to be talking about grief in the schools and you're a grief expert. I always strongly believe, whenever I work with my clients in creating an expert title, which is very valuable and important, I always try to make it a positive, because people will relate whatever that is to you. Your expert title is kind of who you are. So I'd like you to consider, instead of being like a grief expert, what is the opposite of grief? People who are against war say that they're anti-war. Well, I suggest being pro-peace. So I say that because you always want to have people correspond and relate to your expert title of who you are in a positive. And if there's children out there that are grieving, what they really need is not an anti-grieving workshop or seminar or coaching. They need more like an abundance and fruitful life type of event or seminars, healing, wholeness, that type of thing. So really focus on your language, because that will make a complete difference in who you're attracting and the way that people see you and your personal brand. I always try to keep everything positive. I go back to the law of attraction, right? Whatever you speak about, you will attract. And whatever you say that you are, there are people who are going to say, I want that. Not necessarily, I want to stop grieving, but I want to be happy. I want to be fulfilled. I want to be joyous. I want that. I need to go work with Bradley. Does that make sense? Hopefully that helped.
Thanks so much, Ray. Thanks so much. And he's, when we talk about, you're right, when people are Googling stuff, though, do you find this is this like mixed bag? Because when people are Googling something, I think they're often Googling the pain piece. Like, I want to, it's not that I want to be healthier. I just want to stop eating junk food, or I'm not having a good example come to my mind, but we tend to Google the negative and ask for the negative. Isn't that weird?
I'm going to agree with you on that. But when they land on the different, let's say, results, there could be all these different results. The one that says live the happiest fulfilled life ever would be one that would call to them more than stop grieving. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. Yes, you are right. You're right. The answer and the result we're looking for. And so you kind of have to feel like you kind of wear both shoes. So in your blogs and in your marketing, and even sometimes in these media pitches, have that, the negative verb or that negative space is what drives people in. But in order for them to hire you, to come hear you speak, to follow you, to reach out to you as the expert in the space, you're right. They want the answer. They want the result.
And this is a really confusing topic, because it isn't one answer and only one way, right? Because when it comes to marketing, when it comes to email, when it comes to advertising, you want to have shock value. You want to have those key words, and people are a lot more driven by the loss of fear than the the fear of loss than the fear of gain. But what I want to speak specifically to is when you relate yourself to something as an expert title or as a unique selling proposition, always try to keep that in the positive. your marketing, your promotions, and your advertising, there could be a different strategy there. But what I want to be specific for Bradley is when you relate to yourself, everything in the positive. Always talk about the positive because it comes back directly to you because your expert title is associated to who you are. I just want to clarify that.
Yes. Yes. That's perfect. Perfectly worded. Yes, you're right. Because there's different elements to it. The media, the marketing, the email, all of that. But your title.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who
your
you
title
are.
should be framed.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. All right.
Cool.
I love it.
got
well, Ray,
2 more minutes and I got to go. So who else we got? Any questions?
Well, Bradley says he likes it, right?
Yeah.
He got it. So he was helpful and loved that. Healing and wholeness. Love that. So we've got Matt's here. Carolina's here. Aaron's here. Anybody have he's got 2 minutes before he's got to pop off. But yes, the Brandon 2-day event, October 10 and 11 in Miami. Ask me any question. If you guys want more information about that and you want to submit an application, angeltussie360.com. You can text me your full name and your email address, and we will put you in the application process to come and join us for that event. Also, rayperez360.com. Any other things you want to make sure before you jump off today?
No,
Ray?
that's actually great. I just want to make sure everybody knows that, make sure to follow Angel and myself on all our other social medias. I know Facebook might be your favorite, but when you go to Angel Tussie 360 or Rey Perez 360, all our social medias are there, including a contact button if you're on your mobile where you can text us directly. And like Angel said, if you want to learn more about the Brandon 2-days event, or if you have more questions and you want to see if you're a good fit, just text either of us through our 360 site, your full name and your email, and we'll get back to you. And then we'll see if this would be actually something that would work out well for your business.
Great. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Yes, we will do this more often. Love
Awesome.
having you here.
Thank you, everybody.
We'll
Thank you, Angel. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.